Hello, and welcome to the Higher Education Program Orientation. Today we will be going over types of financial assistance, important deadlines, credit hour incentives, in-state and out-of-state tuition, a vocational funding example, application requirements, important terms, guided pathways, and answering any questions. Good day. We're so happy you're here. The Salt River Higher Education Program provides financial aid, scholarship, recruitment, retention, and education career advising services to community members interested in furthering their education. Participants of the program must be officially enrolled tribal members of the Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian community. The Higher Education Program staff includes the Higher Education Administrator, our accountant, 4 program advisors, and 1 career guide coordinator. Now let's go over the types of financial assistance offered by the higher education program. We assist with tuition fees, required books and supplies, we offer a credit hour incentive, and we assist students that their parents pay for childcare while they are in class, and we also include time for them to study and their commute time. Now let's go over some important deadlines. The higher education program has 7 application deadlines throughout the year. For vocational students, the deadlines are April 30th, July 30th, October 30th, and January 30th. For students attending a college or university, the deadlines are June 30th, November 30th, and April 30th. If a deadline falls on a weekend, then your application will be accepted on the following business day. We ask that you please try your best to turn in your applications in on time, as it gives us enough time to process your application and to make sure that your tuition is posted by your due date. Now let's go over the credit hour incentives. Undergrad students have the opportunity to earn $275 per credit hour. Students pursuing a professional or master's degree, $350 per credit hour. Students pursuing a doctoral degree, $475 per credit hour. Now there are 2 payouts per semester. For the fall, the first payout is August 30th and the second payout is January 30th. For the spring semester, the payout dates are January 30th and June 30th. Lastly, for the summer, the first payout date is June 30th and the second is August 30th. Students must submit official transcripts with a D or better grade. The second payout can be adjusted based off of the completed credits. Let's go over a credit hour incentive example for an undergrad student. Undergrad students are paid at $275 per credit. So let's say a student is taking 12 credits during the fall semester. 12 credits at $275 gives us a grand total of $3,300. Students receive 2 payouts per semester or term, so the first payout of $1,650 would be given out at the beginning of the term. The second payout of $1,650 would be given out at the end of the term, as long as the student submits official transcripts with a D or better grade. Now, the second payout can be adjusted based off of completed credits. All this means is, let's say the student only passes 3 out of 4 of their classes. The second payout would be adjusted to reflect the number of classes they passed. Now, sometimes we get students that are worried that they will end up owing the program money back if they do not do well or pass all of their classes. But as long as the student passes at least 50% of their classes, the student will not owe the program back any money. Arizona in-state tuition. Arizona in-state tuition is covered at 100% for these schools. What does that mean? Let's take a look at the examples below. Let's say a student is attending ASU where the tuition is $5,355. Higher ed would cover the full $5,355. Same as if the student goes to the U of A, higher ed would cover the full $5,649.50. Now let's say a student is going to Mesa Community College where the tuition is $620. Higher ed would pay the full $620. Tuition is covered at 100% at all Maricopa community colleges. Now let's go over an out-of-state tuition example. This is for an undergrad tuition for an out-of-state academic school. Let's say the out-of-state tuition rate is $26,381.50. we would apply the max Arizona tuition rate of $5,649.50, which would leave us a balance of $20,732. Higher Ed will cover an additional 75% of the balance of $15,549, so the total cost covered by Higher Ed would be $21,198.50. That would leave the student with an out-of-pocket cost of $5,183. Now let's go over a vocational funding example. The aesthetics tuition for the Avita Institute, which is a vocational school. Avita's tuition rate at 750 clock hours is $10,000. The aesthetics tuition rate at EVIT is $6,210. So we would take the difference of those two, and it would leave us with a balance of $3,790. So the total covered cost by higher education is $6,210. This would leave the student with a total out-of-pocket cost of $3,790. Now let's go over what is covered by the higher education program and what is not. We cover tuition mandatory fees for most in-state Arizona schools. Out-of-state schools, the max Arizona resident rate is applied and an additional 75% of the tuition. We cover required books and supplies as listed on the syllabus, childcare during the time that the student is enrolled in courses. Now let's go over what's not funded. We do not cover housing, rent, dorm rooms or places to live, meal plans, phones, certification test fees, test preparation fees or classes, parking passes, bus passes, and transportation, health insurance, co-payments, late fees, payment plan fees, and recommended books. The higher education application can be found on our website at he.saltriverschools.org. Now let's go over the application requirements. A completed and signed SRPMIC scholarship application consists of the W-9 form, authorization letter, acknowledgement letter, disclosure letter, and completed financial needs analysis, also known as the F&A. From the student, we will need a copy of your Social Security card and tribal ID card, a copy of your high school diploma or GED, your student aid report, official transcripts from the last semester attended or any other schools previously attended, and an official sealed envelope. From the school, we ask students to please send this to your advisor. We need an itemized tuition statement, class schedule, academic plan of study from the institution you will be attending, and we ask that you turn your list of required books and supplies 2 weeks prior to the start of your class. Here are some tips for success. 1. Please make sure you're checking your email as it is our primary method of communication. 2. Please submit documents in a timely manner. This includes transcripts. And 3. Start the FAFSA as soon as possible. Number 4, contact your advisor with any changes to your schedule. And 5, please don't be afraid to ask questions. We're here to help. Now let's go over some important terms. The FAFSA, also known as the Free Application for Federal Student Aid, SAR is the Student Aid Report, the F&A is the Financial Needs Analysis, tuition, fees charged by education institutions to attend their school, academic school, institutions, colleges or universities that offer undergraduate and graduate programs within a variety of disciplines. Here are some more important terms. Vocational school. Schools offering job-specific trainings which tend to be manual or practical programs, usually non-academic and primarily related to a specific trade or vocation, such as cosmetology, refrigeration, or welding. The W-9 form. This form is required by SRPMIC Finance. Credit hour incentive. Funds earned for successful completion of credit hour or clock hours within a term. Here is a list of some of the schools our students have attended. Arizona College, California Institute of the Arts, Grand Canyon University, Northern Arizona University, Scottsdale Community College, and the University of Arizona. Now this is just to name a few. As you can see, we've had students attend schools all throughout the U.S. Now we'll be going over the guided pathways. Guided pathways provide academic roadmaps for each program so students have a clearer understanding of what courses they need to take and when they will graduate. Having a guided pathway in mind first can help students be successful and not waste time. The Salt River Higher Education program has advisors that each cover a guided pathway. For example, if you are interested in business, entrepreneurialism, and management, or computer and information technology, your assigned advisor would be Erica Outcalt. If you are interested in education, visual and performing arts, or applied technology, your assigned advisor would be Mario West. Now, let's say you are interested in STEM or health sciences, your assigned advisor would be Doyla Gates. If you are interested in behavioral sciences and human services or culture and society, your assigned advisor would be Danielle Prieto. Thank you so much for attending today's orientation. Please let us know if you have any questions.